Hello, and welcome to Spicy Toast Gaming. Thank you for tuning in to another Spicy Toast video. Today we're going to be going over all the new cards that were just released today. So, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be covering all of the new content from a Path of Champions player's perspective. So if you're interested in that, definitely like and subscribe, and let's just jump into it. So first, we have this 4-cost fast speed spell, Puzzling Signposts. Open up the card art so you can see that there. And it's return a fast or slow speed spell to hand or destroy a unit's equipment. What I'm assuming that means is that if a player or opponent plays a fast or slow speed card, you can play this as essentially a 4-speed or 4-cost deny. And so it's just another one of the spells that's essentially deny with some limitations. But it's a bit different as it is more of a recall effect, recalling the spell back into the hand instead of deny where it's just shutting it down. It's interesting that it does cost so much. I think with that limitation, it would be a bit cheaper since they're still going to be able to play the spell again. And then you can also use this to destroy a unit's equipment. The draw 1 there, that's probably why this costs that little bit more. You're going to be able to have the versatility of destroying a equipment and getting a bit more draw. This will be quite nice in Path of Champions. If you see this, it would be decent to pick up. Quite often, the enemy can have some pretty annoying spells, like if you're going against Viego, he has his 4 costs Vengeance. So being able to stop that, or just stop in general a lot of these kill spells that they also have, would be quite nice. Sometimes you have to spend a lot of mana, so even though you're putting it back in their hand, they're spending all that mana, and then you can try to work to save your unit. So nice addition, not something that I would mind drawing in Path of Champions. Could be quite good. There's not too much equipment that we need to destroy, but also the additional draw, not bad. Alright, Poro Stories. Adorable as all Poro cards are. So, 2-cost burst, create 3 random 1-cost Poros in hand. More Poro synergy. I really hope they add Braum to Path of Champions and that they add this in and into his deck, because I want Braum to be a Poro deck. I think that would be a lot of fun, and this could be a great addition. Curious Changeling. Interesting. So that reminds me immediately of Neko, or Nico, whatever her name is. I do wonder if they'll be adding her this expansion as a champion, just to the game in general, and also for Path of Champions. So 3 cost, when an allied follower transforms into another unit, transform me into an exact copy of it. This immediately just screams out Gnar, because he's the deck that's focused on transforming. It also says another unit, but it does say allied follower there. So it has to be a follower. You can't do any champions with this, otherwise that would be very, very powerful. I do think this would be good for Gnar, though. You could play this on curve, so play this at 3, and then at 4 cost, you'll be able to play your Teenydactyl, and if that then turns into your Pterodactyl, where it's doing 1 damage to the enemy Nexus every single round, getting this copied into that, very nice. This does say a exact copy, so it should also take any items that you have in Path of Champions into account. So interesting to see if this is going to add, or this hinting at Nico. But with that, could be good if you see this with Gnar, picking this card up. Alright. This is going to be Balcux. Balcux? I have no idea. Comment down below what you think the pronunciation is, which is totally going to help, because I'll be reading that as well. So definitely is going to help me. All right, let's look at the card art. Interesting. That is definitely something. All right, so 8 cost. This is part of a Darkin weapon. Impact, when you spend spell mana, grant me impact for every spell mana you spend. So with it being 8 cost, you'd hope that it counts as a really good finisher. It does have a 7/9 stat line, pretty big. And yeah, this is just going to help you end the game if you need it. This will mostly just be useful if, well, could be useful for any spell deck if you happen to get this. Generally, you're not going to be able to play this because it costs too much for Path of Champions generally. But, you know, does look very intimidating and cool. But yeah, you're rarely ever going to play this. So it's part of the Darkened Staff, 1 cost. So this is probably going to get added to the pool for weapons. So for, not Aatrox, Kain. When you kill a unit with Kain, you're going to get a random weapon, random Darkened weapon generated, and it costs 2 less. This will probably be added to that pool, so we might be seeing this with Kain. So strike, refill 1 spell mana. You can spend 8 to play it as this, and it comes with impact. So, not too bad. It's fine. Not really too stand out for Path of Champions. I will look at the card art for you, as I'm sure some people really appreciate that. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look at the Wily Newtfish. So, 3 cost, 1/3, elusive, next to strike, draw 1 and give it fleeting. This Bilgewater immediately stands out to me as potentially something you'd want with a Twisted Fate deck. People will probably play with this for Twisted Fate in the PvP version of the game. If they add Twisted Fate as a champion, this could easily be one that they want to look at. It is just adorable. Very chubby. So, could be good for a lot of different decks. If you need a bit of extra draw. Definitely Twisted Fate, but we'll have to see. With some items on there, could be pretty good, but kind of looks just fine at the moment. All right, Eye of God. So 2 cost, attack, spawn 2. So this obviously would be very good with Alawi. It doesn't have any stats, but if you're playing this with Alawi, that doesn't matter. Just adding 2 more spawn to your attack on top of the 4, I believe, you get baseline when you attack if you have her upgraded. Really good. You'll definitely want to grab this if you can, if you see it in your Alawi runs. Pretty basic. Can be fine on other people, but yeah, you definitely want this for Alawi. Alright, Champion's Strength. So 8 cost, slow, give allies 4/4 this round. If you have the attack token, give them Scout. Otherwise, Rally. So, a good spell as far as like very powerful, but 8 cost. You're probably never going to play this unless you're able to somehow cheat it out. Not something I'm going to try to grab in Path of Champions unless I can get with like a double time watch where it's going to get reduced every round. We'll see though. Could be very fun to swing games, but baseline is just too expensive to really play. Now I will open up the card art there. So just kind of the basic Demacia Champions. Trusty Ramhound. Oh look, it's on Cithria. Oh my word, it's a... Wow, that's... I forget what this dog is called other than like a kind of wiener dog. That's pretty funny. Definitely got a lot less intimidating when I see the full photo than just that. Interesting. Alright, so 1 cost, 1/1. The first time you summon another elite, grant me 2/2. So this could be crazy in Path of Champions. You could get the item that when you summon a unit, you summon an ephemeral copy of it, or you make an ephemeral copy in hand. So you can just play multiples of these, and they will just keep granting each other the 2/2. If you see this with Garen or Lux, I would probably grab this. It pretty good stat line once you get a 1 cost 3/3, and then being able to buff that up with like Garen striking multiple times, or just getting some good items on there, definitely could be pretty good. All right, Petricite Charger. All right, another Petricite. So 3 cost, formidable, so no attack. 4 health. I don't take damage from enemy spells or skills. So I would say we've now crossed over the tipping point where if you want to play Galio or add Galio to Path of Champions, you now have enough cards that it's totally viable to do a anti-spell Galio build. When I did a theory crafting talking about Galio and what I think he'd be built like, it was more focusing on the tanky aspect side of Galio with all the formidable. They would still have to lean into that, but there are plenty of spells now that are, or there's plenty of cards for Galio that are all anti-spells. So they could go a really interesting build with that. That is how Galio was originally made in League of Legends. So that'd be cool if they tried to do that. All right, Roar of Ikathia. So 6 cost, slow. Summon 2 Icathian Mirages equipped with up to 2 equipment in hand that cost 2 or less. So this could be pretty good for Jax especially, but it is a bit expensive. So again, they've added a lot of slow spells that are very powerful, but just too expensive to really use in Path of Champions. This would have to get some good items on it, especially with Jax. You're ending the game so fast that you're just rarely ever going to have the opportunity to play this. So, interesting, kind of fun card. Great to have more cards in the game, but yeah, you're probably never going to really play this unless you get some really good items for it. All right, Woolly Snail Moth. Interesting. They are just wrecking that poor little village. All right, so 6 cost, empowered. That's a new word. Overwhelm 6/6. Regenerating. So I'm going to look at some of the other cards. All right, the next one also empowered. Overwhelm, regenerating, and tough. I'm going to guess that empowered may work similar to like Karma's Enlightened, where you can just think of Karma's Enlightened as empowered 10, so you have to hit the 10 mana to hit Enlightened. I'm thinking maybe empowered, you have to hit 8 mana to get this off, and that'd be 8 like of your normal mana, not 5 mana plus 3 spell mana, I would guess. So maybe you're playing a card and you're essentially giving it a countdown where it's going to get more powerful. That would maybe be what it is, or it is a like mini quest, mini champion quest, where you have to get this unit to either 6 damage or 6 power or 6 health, and then it will activate, or whatever the number is. So here you have to get to 8 power or 8 health, and it'll get regenerating. So I would guess that's one of the two. Either you have to buff it up to hit the threshold of whatever empowered is, the number, or you have to get to the certain mana and then it will activate. So the Pouty Poro, I'm guessing. Again, adorable. So empowered 3, overwhelm, regenerated, and tough. A lot of keywords. That could be great for like Kai'Sa. Pretty good. More Poro synergy. Alright, Wild Mysticism. So 5 cost slow, get an empty mana gem, summon a Feral Mystic. I believe the Feral Mystic is the... Actually, I kind of forget what the Feral Mystic looks like. Let's... Oh, it's not wanting to come up. So Feral Mystic... Yeah, not sure which one that is. I was thinking that was the one where you, if you plunder, they transform into the... Maybe, oh yeah, it's the one that you transform into a bear, I think. It transforms into a bear if you plunder, and it gives all other units that have 5+ power Overwhelm. I believe what the card is. I will put a comment down below if it's something else. So again, slow speed, 5 cost. You will potentially be able to play this, maybe if they add like Udyr. Still on the high end for a spell. It seems okay, but I'm not really going to seek this out. Alright, here to help. So, very cute Poros, as always. Adorable. So, 2 cost, here to help, burst speed. Give an ally 3 health this round. If it's taking damage, give it 2/3 instead. So, essentially a better version of Braum's spell. If a unit's damaged, give them or grant them 3/3. I guess this is give, not grant, so this is temporary, so it does make it a bit worse. But as far as a combat trick just for that fight, with it being 1 less cost, could be pretty decent. Very good for Path of Champions, having another combat trick, getting some good items on this, to maybe get a Hextech Fabricator, maybe getting some reduced mana cost. You can play this for potentially free. Very good, helps you swing games in your favor. So many cards revealed. Okay, so the Darkin Spear. 2 cost, 0/2. We'll look at the card art there. Kind of looks like Jarvan's Spear, not gonna lie. So attack, grant the top 2 allies in your deck 1/1. You may spend 8 mana to play me as Anaka. That's a word, I guess. Definitely like and subscribe for my horrible pronunciations. So, giving you 2 health, attack, granting your 2 allies 1/1. Very nice to have. I'll be happy to actually get this when I'm playing Kayn. I like these sort of effects, like the Mecha Yordle that also does this same thing, where you're just attacking and constantly buffing up your deck. I think it's fun to play around. I will like this a lot. Let's see what it makes. So, Anaka... I'm not even gonna... So that looks like Demacia. And that still looks like Jarvan Spear, just in reverse. Like you're holding it backwards. But, yeah. So 8 cost, attack from the top 6 cards in your deck. Summon a attacking follower or non-champion Darkin, granted 1/1. 6/8 stat line. Pretty good. Again, this is needing to be a game-ending card, generally. Probably not going to bother playing this for the 8 cost. But, not bad. Definitely like the Darkin Spear better. Alright, Navori Longtail. When I'm summoned, summon a Navori Brigade, or other allies get 1/1, or give other allies 1/1 this round. And then these other 2 versions are just, when you play this, you're choosing which one of these to play. Alright, so 3 cost, 3/1. Seems fine, doesn't really stand out as really amazing. Not really going to look for this in any of my decks. If it has some good items, probably give it a try, but it just seems fine. Alright, Twin Wing Technique. Oh, that's the like Poro that really doesn't want to be called adorable. The Fey Blade Twirler. Pick a follower, summon an exact ephemeral copy of it. It's an enemy. Oh, if it's an enemy, stun it. Okay. So that's interesting. You can summon an ephemeral copy of any follower. Oh, so I'm guessing that this means if you're using this on an enemy, you stun the enemy and summon a ephemeral copy of it, not stunning your own copy, your own ephemeral copy. It's like, this seems pointless if you're doing it. I'm guessing that's what it means. Otherwise, it seems very, very niche. Like if there's some play effects or active effects you want to get from the enemy, you could. Seems like it could be fun. I do like the cloning of units. Find that very enjoyable with Tahm Kench. So with it being 4 cost and slow, if you get this with like slow but steady, where your slow spells are doubled, and maybe get this a little bit cheaper, could be very fun to play with. This is actually one I'd potentially look out for in shops. So Pra the Breachwalker. Oh man. Well, that looks kind of terrifying for them. Man, sucks to be those people. So 9 cost. Play when I transform, summon 2 ephemeral copies of me. Grant 1 lifesteal, 1 challenger, and me elusive. That's definitely very, very powerful. So 5/4 stat line, so not as big as some of the other ones, but it's getting essentially like tripled. Granted, 2 of the copies are ephemeral. And that comes from the Darkin fan. So, little Dragonling there. Attack, summon a attacking Dragonling. Okay, there it is. And it gives you 1 attack, 2 cost. So, decent, giving you a nice amount of sustain. The Dragonling is an ephemeral, like 2/1. So, gives you a bit of sustain, not bad. The Crimson Pigeon. That looks like a mosquito. So this lady again, we've seen her in a lot of different cards. Those are getting very Valheim Deathsquito vibes, personally. Support, deal 1 to my support ally and grant me 1/1. Okay, that's actually amazing. 1 drop, 2/2. Well, if they add Vlad to the game, I want this to be the 1 drop. That's actually really, really good. This will be amazing for Tahm Kench. Oh my word, this is like actually one of the best cards we've seen so far. This could be really good for a lot of different decks, especially decks that they potentially will add in the future. Very excited about this one. I will be looking forward to playing with this when I'm playing, especially Tahm Kench. All right, Reveler's Feast. So 3 cost burst, deal 2 to an ally, give allies +2 this round. Again, more Vlad synergy, but will be great for Tahm Kench. So you can use this on a lot of different people to give just your whole board a decent amount of attack. So it can be quite good on a lot of people. So if you're playing like a Garen, where you have regenerating anyways, and your units are all pretty tanky, fine to throw this on one of your units with tough or regenerating, buff your whole board and attack. Pretty good, but especially good for Tahm Kench. Wouldn't mind if they added Vladimir. Alright, Caustic Riff. So flow, I cost 1 less, deal 1 to all enemies. So probably more Seraphine synergy. Not bad. So a 2 cost, deal 1 to all enemies. Reminds me of Katarina, her spell where you deal 1 to all battling enemies, but you don't have to deal with the battling part of it. Also, Katarina, her spell does it to your units as well. So this just being enemies, not bad. Probably going to use more for popping spell shields, really. In the later games, 1 damage really isn't going to do much, but you could potentially get some of the damage modifiers, so this does like 2 or 3 damage, and that'd be pretty great. Like if this was added to a Seraphine deck, and this did 2 damage to all enemies, that would definitely be very good. Wow, that kitten is intense, but I don't know, did I open the card art for this one? Yeah, pretty. It's not as necessary for the spells, but I'm sure someone out there appreciates it. So 2 cost, Encore Burst. create a random 2-cost spell in hand, reduce its cost by 2, and grant it fleeting. So just create a random 2-cost spell, but it costs nothing for you. But you have to use it this turn. So again, more Seraphine synergy. Hopefully they add her for Path of Champions, but we'll see. Pretty much good on any spell deck though. Free spell essentially. So Technician? So in case you didn't know, I have dyslexia, and it is not fun sometimes. So, oh, this looks like Seraphine's dad. Got the adorable little squirrel. And he's working on her guitar. So, a very detailed card. More Seraphine synergy. 3-cost, strike, create a random new 2-cost spell in hand. Again, more Seraphine synergy. Oh my word, they definitely need to add her for Path of Champions. They have so many cards. I already did a theory crafting for Seraphine, but like all these cards weren't there. And man, this would definitely make that way better. Alright. Cunning Kitten. When I'm summoned, if I was created, draw 1 and grant me 2/1. So let's look at the card art. That is, I like how this cat over a wump over here is just absolutely terrified. I like this card. Oh my word, you can see all of the local wildlife is pretty much just freaking out over this cat. That's great. Okay, 2-cost, 2/3. When I'm summoned, if I was created, draw 1 and grant me 2/1. That is crazy. So I wonder if the created, you could probably use this with like counterfeit copies to create more copies in the deck, and so all other versions are going to get that buff. But that seems really, really good. I would definitely look forward to this in some builds, especially if you had that like augment buffs going on. If you got counterfeit copies, I would definitely grab this. That looks really, really strong and also adorable. All right, Delve into the Past. So 2-cost burst. Choose one of 2 world runes. If you don't have any in play or in hand, create it in hand. If you can't, draw 1. So I'm guessing that world runes is the Tellstones from each region, where you play it and then you can choose like one of 3 predetermined spells to make a fleeting copy of. Is that what it is? Or oh, Rise. Oh shit, Rise. Like the actual champion. Oh, and there's world runes. Okay, nope, that's okay. Holy crap. Rise is here. I didn't think they'd be releasing a champion immediately. And Aatrox. Are they just... Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Sorry, I need to focus. Overload skill, deal 2 to the weakest enemy. Rune Prison, stun a attacking enemy. So we have Rise, Origin, Rune Mage. Can't really tell what that does. That's cool. So 4-cost, 3/5. When I'm summoned or round start, create 2 Delve into the Past in your deck. I've seen 3+ unique world runes. So 4-cost, a little high, but not too bad. So he's going to make 2 Delve into the Past in your deck. So you're going to be able to play one of these and choose one of 2 world runes you don't have in play. So then you are going to create it in hand, and then if you can't, if your hand's full, you'll draw one, or if you don't have any in play, so I guess if you already have a hand full of them, then you'll just draw one. I'm guessing that's how it works. So he has Rise's Realm Warp. So this is his champion spell. Draw 3, discard any followers drawn. Damn. Okay, so very spells or even landscape focused. When he levels up, he gets Spell Shield. When I'm summoned or round start, you still have that same effect of the Delves into the Past. Okay, and he's going to make that every round, so you're just going to eventually get more and more of these in your deck. Attack, activate all of your world runes. If you have 5 unique world runes, destroy... Holy shit! If you have 5 unique world runes, destroy the enemy Nexus. I want this to be a champion. Or, like, not a champion. I want this to be in Path of Champions. Because that would be a unique way to win, and holy crap, that would be awesome. So activate your world runes, and then destroy the enemy Nexus if you have 5. Alright, so we'll go through Shard of Betrayal. When I'm played, if I'm unique, activate all your other world runes. When I'm played or activated, deal 2 to the weakest enemy. Okay, not bad. Shard of Hope. I think they're all going to have this. Yep, when I'm played, if I'm unique, activate all of the world runes. They're just all going to have that. I'm going to stop reading it. So, also, when played or activated, heal allied Rise and your Nexus. Not bad. Shard of Madness. Create a Rune Prison in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. So the Rune Prison, since it doesn't have the gems down here, it's not a card that you can slot in your deck. So these are just going to be generated from probably these all world runes. So when I'm played or activated, refill 2 spell mana. Kind of fine and boring. When I'm played or activated, draw 1. Decent. So all pretty good. And then, yeah, if you have all of them and you activate all of them, you just win the game. Okay, I really hope he's added, but I'm not going to dwell on it too long. Yeah, we're just going to, well, let's first just open up this card art. Well, he looks badass. I didn't think there was going to be this many cards. Man, this is going to be a long video. Please like and subscribe. Alright, the Rune Mage. So his origin. You may put any non-targeted burst and focus spells in your deck during deck building. At the start of the game, create 2 Delve into the Past in your deck for each Rise that started out in your deck. Okay, so there is a bonus into his origin, so that's good. We definitely like to see that. It sucks for some of the people that don't have that bonus effect. This is essentially the same effect as Bard, of putting more Delve into your past based on how many Rise you have in your deck. That means Chameleon Necklace will be decent on him. Aatrox, holy crap, they are releasing so many cards. Alright, card art. I mean, cool. It looks like Aatrox. Yeah, pretty cool. So he's probably going to be in Path of Champions. 6 cost, 5/5. Origin, World Ender. Auto-equip the Darkened Blade. When I'm summoned or strike, heal your Nexus 2. Damn. And create a World Ender in hand if you don't have one. So this is going to be insane levels of sustain. Now, he's going to be 6 cost, so you're potentially going to take a good amount of damage before you can play him, but yeah, tons of sustain. That'll be great. His Deathbringer Sweep, so this is going to be his champion spell. Aatrox and enemy strike each other. Create a Deathbringer Slash in hand. This is a 3 cost fast. 3 cost fast. Apologies. And then now we have the Slash. So again, an Aatrox and an enemy strike each other. Create a Descent in hand. And again, Aatrox and enemy strike each other. So these all are going down in cost. These 2 are going to be then created cards, getting Wild Inspiration, so your created cards cost 1 less. That will be very, very good for Aatrox. And you're just going to be able to like clear a board and just keep healing with all the strikes you're going to get off. If you could get Aatrox as a Garen support champion, or even Garen, Tom, Kayn, all of the ones with the similar effects, that's going to be crazy. This is going to be very powerful. He does have that high cost, so that's going to be a bit of a pain, but damn, that looks so far good. Aatrox when he's leveled up. So very, very large. Kind of just... Oh, look, there's Rise. Just chilling. Cool. Oh, Kale. Okay, so I guess we're getting hurt too. Cool. There's someone getting just annihilated. Cool little hints there. Anyways, he gets overwhelmed, goes to a 9-9. Damn, that's a lot, because I think he was like a 5-5 or 6-6. Darkin allies cost 5 less when I'm summoned or strike, heal your Nexus 2. So that's huge. You're going to be able to play a bunch of Darkin allies if he gets leveled up. And he's still the same effect. I think I forgot to look at his level up. Okay, you've played World Ender. Oh, so his level up is going to be a pain. All right, Darkin Blade, so you get regenerating and 1-1. That's going to be great. So when you play him, he's a 5-5, but he'll be essentially 6-6 since you're auto-equipping the Darkin Blade. You're going to have regenerating, very good for the striking and healing. So he's going to be essentially a 10-10 if he levels up. World Ender, you may put non-champion blah 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 into your deck. Doesn't matter for Path of Champions. Once you've played or summoned 3+ different Darkin, summon a Aatrox. Summoning the Darkin will probably be a pain, so this won't really help too often. World Ender. So this is going to be created once you just summon Aatrox, because you're going to create a World Ender in hand. Reduce my cost by 1 for each time a equipped or Darkin ally has struck this game. Assimilate allies equipped with Darkin. So Assimilate was a spell that was added like last game. And I believe you turn units into a weapon with their stats. So that will be very interesting. So, yeah, that'll be very hard to level. Well, with all the strikes, it won't actually be too difficult to level him up. It'll take a couple rounds, and he's already going to be pretty expensive. But he's actually way cooler than I thought he was going to be. Again, I'm going to try to be somewhat fast. Sorry, there's a lot of cards. So, redeemed Prodigy. That kind of looks like Viego. Is that supposed to be Viego? That kind of looks like Viego. 2 cost, 2/2, attack, summon a attacking ghostly band. Alright, that's really good. You definitely want this for Gwen. The ghostly band is the ephemeral 2/1 with Hallowed. So that'll be very nice. If you see this, grab it with Gwen, most likely. Deathless Knight. Alright, pretty cool. Definitely nice to have some more Shadow Isles. So more Hecarim synergy. When I would gain Ephemeral, grant me 1/1 instead. Oh, that is big. So 6 cost 5/5, fearsome. Definitely Hecarim vibes going on. Pretty expensive. We're not likely going to play this with this too much in Path of Champions, unless it's added to the Hecarim deck and reduced down in cost. But there's a lot of ways you could get Ephemeral, and so one, this unit's essentially immune to Ephemeral because it's just going to buff them. So being able to throw like Mark of the Isles on here to give them like 3/3 and have them not die, that's a very strong card. Probably not going to play with it much, but definitely strong. Shape of Fear. Man, that guy, yeah, terrified. That makes sense. This is probably the dragon. 1 cost fast. Kill an ally to summon an encroaching mist. Ooh, nice. This would be great if we add Viego to Path of Champions. This would be very, very good. More encroaching mist. It gives, when you summon one, it gives Viego and all other encroaching mist 1/1, or grants them. Very, very good. Really hope they add Viego. That would be great. Acolyte's Reliquary. 1 cost landmark. When I'm summoned, create a Ruinous Acolyte in hand. When you destroy me, create a Ruinous Reliquary or Acolyte's Reliquary in the top 5 of your card. So pretty good Xerath synergy. The Ruinous Acolytes, when you play one, kind of grants all other Ruinous Acolytes a buff. So it's kind of one of those cards you keep wanting to play a bunch of them and it keeps stacking up. Rock Bear Shepherd. Oh, we get to see them not being grumpy. Those are interesting fruits. I am not going to comment on the shape of those anymore. So 3 cost, 1/3. When you summon a ally, advance your highest countdown landmark 1 round. When I'm summoned, summon a Hibernating Rock Bear. That is really, really good. Definitely get this if you're playing Taliyah. That'll be great. Definitely get this if you can if you're playing Taliyah. That's really all you need to say. Void Gate. Ooh, scary. Yep, that looks like a gate to the void. So 2 cost landmark. When you summon an ally or an ally dies, grant each of its positive keywords to 3 allies in your deck. So could be decent Kai'Sa synergy. I don't think she really needs this. At least if you have her leveled up, this will probably help you if you are just starting out with Kai'Sa. So seems fine. Not too bad of a landmark. You generally don't really want to grab landmarks in Path of Champions as they just take up a board slot. But it could be worse. Celestial Blessing. All right, we're getting into Kayn now. Can't believe they released all of this crap at once. Oh my word. Did not think this was going to be like an hour video. I don't know. Anyways. 2 cost burst. Grant an ally in play and an ally in hand 1/1. Huh. I mean, for a 2 cost, like 2/2 essentially, or like giving 1/1 to 2 people. Not bad. Burst can be very good for a lot of faded units. Probably going to be very good for the cat, Yuumi. Divine Clerk. Huh. Interesting. 1 cost, empowered 3, lifesteal, so 2/1. Still not sure what the empowered means. Gonna guess it's either buff them up to 3 of power or health, or get to 3 total mana. We'll see. Not bad though. I mean, lifesteal, 1 drop, yeah, seems fine. Alright, Divine Judgment. Looks very similar to another spell we have in game. Give an ally, I can't take damage or die this round. Give allies 1 power. So that being on a burst speed, very strong. This could be really good. Path of Champions. Just going up against Viego or Senna or something, and they just are trying to kill you, just say, no, I'm not going to die. That, like, it's 6 cost, but burst speed, like, the fact that they can't answer this, you're going to want to play with this if you can get it cheaper. Pretty good. Really helps you not have to use, like, Spell Shield or something. Alright, so Kayle. She looks fine. Not really blowing me away, but, fine. Alright, 6 cost, 2/6. I have 1 power for each time an ally attacked with increased power. When I'm summoned, grant allies 1/1. Empowered, quick attack. Okay, so the fact that she's growing her power and she gets quick attack at 6 power, I'm going to guess empowered now means buff your power to whatever the number is. So, yeah, I'm just going to guess that that's what empowered means. I'm sure they're going to release it like right after this video, but yeah, definitely comment down below with what empowered actually is, although I'll probably look it up as soon as I see it. Round start, I have 11 or more power is her level up condition. So they're really going into the stacking aspect of Kayle. That was the whole point of Kayle in League of Legends, was again stacking her up. So Kale's Divine Judgment, so her champion spell is the Divine Judgment we talked about before. If she levels up, she gets a lot more intense suddenly. Gets some more wings, very, very scary. Double sword seems somewhat impractical, but you know what? She's working it, I guess. So 6 cost still, so she goes to 3/7. Empowered 16 double attack. That is huge. And now when I'm summoned or level up, grant allies 1/1. So she has Overwhelm, and if she gets to 16, she's going to have double attack. So we already know from Diana how crazy double attack Overwhelm is. So strong. She is 6 cost, but that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, so she will end the game, definitely, if you get her leveled up. Lawkeeper. Interesting. There's a lot going on here. It has tiny little arms and tiny little legs. That's kind of hilarious to me. Alright, so 6 cost. Damn, I thought that was going to be cheaper. Play stun enemies with less power than me. Okay, so if you can buff this up in hand, you can drop this down as a massive, like, board stun. So that could be good for a lot of people. Most people aren't going to be able to power this up, though, so it's really pretty much just going to be Kale for the time being. All right, Aspect of Justice. Wow, that looks very biblically accurate. Oh, there's a lot of... That's kind of terrifying. All right, so 5 cost, 1/1, round end, grant allies in play and hand, 1/1, empowered 5, elusive, lifesteal, and overwhelm. So if you can buff this up, it's going to be very, very strong. So interesting Kale card. I hope she gets added as well. Oh, we're almost done with cards for the day. Man. That is both a great and a very sad thing. All right, cool little sword. Purifying Flames, Burst. It is nice that all of Kale's effects seem to be Burst. Grant an ally in hand 3/3 and another 2/2. So again, buffing up your hand a lot. That is a very interesting playstyle that we really haven't seen. Like, there's the one card in Lee Sin's deck where it's given ally in hand 1. But as far as like an entire champion themed around buffing up your hand like that, I mean, I guess there is Bard, but that just feels different to me. Although this with Bard, the Bard would be a great support champion. I need to write that down for the guide. Which I will be doing guides on everyone that gets added to Path of Champions. That is unsettling. I do not like that. Alright, so 4 Seraphic? Sure, Wyvern. Fury, 3/5, Empowered, Overwhelm. So just have to get a little bit higher and you'll get the Overwhelm Fury. It does count as a dragon. So it just seems like more of Kale support cards. Definitely not bad, though. This is some crazy stuff going on over here. All right, Winged Messenger. Huh, it's like one card that doesn't look awful. I like having extra weird stuff on it. So 3 cost, 2/4, empowered 3, elusive. So if you just get this buffed up one time, you're going to have a 3/3/4 elusive. So pretty good. Pretty good drop. So Zalani, the Bloodweaver. So we've seen a lower version of this card. So she definitely did some stuff to herself. She's now huge. There's tiny Kale. There's giant Aatrox. There's probably a small rise somewhere, I would imagine. All right, so 7 cost, Overwhelm, I have 2/2 for each ally that died with its power increased. So that actually is going to benefit from, well, actually a lot of things. I was going to say Kale, but that's just in hand. So any ally that has its stats increased, she's going to get 2/2, which is pretty massive. Empowered 16, transform me into Zalani Aspect's Bane. Interesting. This, again, pretty expensive, but actually cheaper than some of the other Darkin, which were the 8 cost. And this definitely could stack up quite high. All right, so we have that. So Aspect's Bane, which she'll transform into. And that is horrific, I guess. If you saw that in real life, that would not be something I would want to mess with. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Kind of actually gives me Nope vibes, like literally, if you saw the movie. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll be very lost. So 7 cost still. So this is just what she's going to get transformed into. Attack, transform, attacking non-Darkin followers into exact copies of me. So even though this has like this small stat line, it's only going to be transformed into this if it has 16. So it's probably going to be a 16-16, and then it's transforming everything else into a minimum of 16-16. So pretty crazy, very strong. So many cards, I did not think they would do this many. I am very excited to see all of these cards, especially all of these champions. I think Rise will actually be very, very fun. Man, man. The 3 champions they've shown, I am very excited for it. Definitely down for this. This turned out to be a much longer video than I was expecting. I thought they were only going to do a couple cards for the reveal today. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be covering all of the new content they're adding, and like before they're adding it, when they're just showing us the cards. Once it's in game, I will be doing guides, first impressions, and tons of content for every single champion added to Path of Champions. If you're interested in that, definitely like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching that video all the way to the end. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. We're putting out multiple videos every single day for Path of Champions content. So if that interests you, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and welcome to the channel. Have a great day.